guess I should have restarted the song, but it's fine. It's fine. And I have to do my notifications, so hold on. Now we're good. Hey guys, how's it going? Is it gonna be a short stream? I think maybe just world quest. I'm working on that. No pun intended. I wanted to stream today, but I don't have a lot of time, as I was talking about last night. So probably just short little stream today, just a little bite size, just a little itty bitty. Just the itty bittiest. Is it this one? It's this one. I think last thing we did was before I started exploring instead. I believe we met this fish lady, and the fish lady was like, "There's pollution," or something. Can you please fix it? And I said, sure. And then we went to the town, and then this peepaw was like, hey man, can you do the same thing that the fish lady already asked you to do? And I said, yeah. and I think we were gonna go talk to like the guy in charge. To get permission to do something, I think. I'm not sure, but we're also supposed to pretend to be Xingqiu because reasons. I don't know the answer. Alright, hello NPC Nation. Uncle Lau, this batch still isn't any good. They're not fragrant enough when you dry them, and they get so dry and brittle that you can't even put them in the roller. Even the ones that survive the secondary process come out the other end a complete disaster. Oh right, and the tea economy is in shambles. I forgot about that. The like most important part of the quest. The tea economy in shambles. Are you sure it isn't a problem with the machine? Are you sure you haven't forgotten how to operate it? What a thing to say! How could you dare to be so careless with you looking over our shoulders? How could you indeed? Ah yeah, it's Grandpa Lou. Didn't get back to work, and this I still can't read. Respectable looking young man is... Xingqiu would say all that. The heck are you even proclaim yourself as a member of the clan? This is the young master of the Feiyun Commerce Guild. He really likes reading wandering hero novels for fun, and the landscape of Chenyu Vale is filled with a mysterious mystique. It must have gone to his head. What she said. This is my I don't feel comfortable calling Paimon my servant, but yes, that's it. Call me Mini Pipe. Oh, in that case, welcome, welcome. A guest like you is a rare treat indeed. We have been quite reliant on the assistant of the Commerce Guild for many a year. As for what's happened this year, I suspect you've already heard about it. What's wrong? You're looking pretty miserable. Did Jin mess up his work again? You will mocking me again. My apologies, dear guests. Normally I would invite guests from afar to sample our new teas, but this year's batch... well, you know. No need. I'm here to help. Yes, the young master is very concerned about the tea leaves, so there's no need to tie up with formalities. Well, very well then. To tell the truth, this batch of tea leaves is no good either. They can't be dried, and I can't tell if they were bad when they were picked or if a problem with the machine in our workshop. That sounds... how's that difficult? Why not just use some of the older leaves you have in stock and see if the product you get from drying them is any different? If the product is normal, then you'll know it's a problem with the machine. Seriously, I've told you before. Forget it. As we have important guests present, then we'll give you a method to try, Jin. Jin, did you have any fresh tea leaves remaining from older batches? There's some in the warehouse, what's up? What's up? What's up? Oh, good one. We've been talking here for a good long while now, and you weren't listening to a single word. Well... I can't believe this man's just got mad at him for not eavesdropping. Like, aren't we supposed to not like it when people eavesdrop? Am I crazy? Drink water. Go fetch some of the older batches and process it along with some of the newer stuff that Grandpa Lou brought using the machine. Don't you dare skip a single step, I'll be watching. After a bit, he brings back tea. Tea, sorry. How about this? I see our tea guests are quite young. They might prefer snacks to tea tasting. Why not turn these two batches into tea cakes? The quality of each will be evident with a single taste. What do you think? Agreed, we'll do just that. Jin, listen up. Take these two batches of leaves and make them into two different cakes. One cake from each batch. Don't you dare get even a single leaf mixed up. Yes, sir, Uncle Lo. You want me to mix them all into one cake? Oh, I can't even... Bro's trolling. Yeah, sorry for the long wait. We've got both tea cakes here, let's try them one at a time. Well, how's the taste? The first one tasted a bit strange, but the second one was delicious. I agree. The tea cakes made from the tea we had in stock taste fine. Alright, you win. So according to you, the tea processing machinery is fine. In other words, the problem is with the tea itself. This new batch of tea is just not as good as before. So the water and soil... But perhaps it's the cauldron that's the problem. It's old and in despair, which must have offended the Adeptus, causing the tea to deteriorate. Sure. No, it's the soil and the water, it's the elements that nourish the soil. Enough, let's get that technician in charge of the tea cauldron in here first. It's that Fontanian, the one from the Fontaine Research Institute. What was it again? Oh, such a pain to pronounce. Jin, go get her, would... Jin? Oh my god, guys. Jin's gonna be the big bad this entire time. I'm calling it. Jin's gonna be the bad guy. I don't know how he did it, but somehow... Jin, he got in the dirt, and he messed it up. I don't know how that works, but it's trust. I can't. Just where did that lazy loafer abscond to this time? That brainless nitwit. Jesus, I was going to have him go to Yulong Wharf to search for our technician. Would you specifically need a Fontanian to fix it? Well, whether Leeway or Fontaine, I can't read the screen because my cat's in the way. I still can't read the screen because my cat- Most things powered by elemental energy work on more or less the same principles, yeah. If a Fontanian engineer can fix it, so can our... Thaumaturgist? I don't know what that word means. It just so happens that this that this Miss Haute Montagne travels around Liyue, passing around every so often, and loves to offer her services. So as for this round of tea culture maintenance, well, let's leave it to her. So you see, honored guests, I'm really sorry, but I need to trouble you to go to Yilong Wharf and find our technician. Miss Haute Montagne is more likely than not that she's found herself a show there that she can't tear her eyes off. How can you possibly dare to ask our guest to do such a thing? Oh Lu, you understand me. Our honored guest already had business to attend at Yilong Wharf. I'll misunderstand, sorry. And it would just be passing along a message on their way. It's nothing really. Is that so? Is that so? Yup. Yup. That is so. I'm truly sorry. Then if you would, honored guests. Oh Leo, I'll leave you to accompany them. Oh, well. Oh no, he's right there. I was like, oh, he's gone. No, we just changed camera angles. Okay. Yeah, thanks for your hard work. You scared old Leo so much. He was jumping out his shadow. You mentioned earlier that you're here to investigate the water and soil, right? Best you head over to Yilong Wharf then. It isn't very far from the headwaters, and there are ruins left by the Adepti along the way, so if you're looking for clues, that's your best bet. As we're passing a message to Haute Montagne, why do they spell it like that? Well, please lend a hand, would you? Give old Luo some peace of mind so he doesn't worry himself to death. Even Mini Pie can handle it. Hey, why are you still acting? The show's over. What's with calling Paimon Mini Pie anyway? Anyway, just leave it to us. We can rest easy, Grandpa Lu. Such great kids you are. Really great kids. Oh right, I noticed you two really enjoyed the tea cake. Why don't I teach you the recipe? In any case, safe travels. Be careful on the mountain pass and mind you don't slip. Let's go! Tea cake! I don't think I've ever had a tea cake before. It sounds yummy. Oh my god, guys, look at my... That's an achievement. I'm not the singular Primo Gem. Not the same. I'm making the big bucks. I don't know about you guys. I'm rich. Oh, there's a fish up here. Hold on. I gotta go get the fish. And still tea in the process. You know, maybe the problem, guys, is the fact that we're just leaving this tea everywhere for people to just, like, step on. You know, that might be a problem. Just leaving it out in the open like this. I'm not an expert, but... Kyle, thanks for the follow.
Kyle _James 0 is now following.
It's going pretty good. I hope you're doing well also. What the heck? Okay, now we can walk. I love these goats. I don't know. Oh, fish. 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 Hello, fish. Oh, goodbye, fish. Where's it going? Okay. Oh no!
Flagfly! Observe! Know my sword! Rain outlines your fate. Let foreign! Useless!
Solve the puzzle. Okay, well... Easier said than done, but okay. Oh, hello fish. I solved it. I don't know how I solved it, but I solved. Fish lady's back. Traveler Paimon, you two are indeed brilliant, as expected. Upon seeing my dissipated adeptal energy, you indeed immediately understood the situation. Of course, we're super duper experienced adventurers, you know. So why didn't you say anything sooner? You didn't just forget, did you? She forgot. Anyway, should not the path of the Adepti be full of challenges? It's merely a test of your wisdom. You brought us here. What's the problem with the soil and water you mentioned before? Grandpa was also sure that this was behind the deteriorating quality of the leaves. Yes, you too have seen Chaoying Village. Should the quality and quantity of tea leaves continue to decline, so will the village, until finally, in the years to come, it degenerates back into what it was a millennium before, a desolate mountain forest. Yeah, sure. It's kinda hard to wrap your brain around. Can bad tea really destroy Chaoying Village? It's true, the Lord of Geo would not stand idly by as disaster befell were the sky to collapse. Conqueror of demons and other adepti would do their utmost to support it. Should the waters under Yilong Wharf reach the dikes? The dikes? Deeks? I don't know what that word is. And flood. Biway Harbor would aid the villagers. Oh no, that's okay. Thank you for the offer though, I appreciate it. But without tea, this stretch of mountains would, or Chaoying Village rather, would lose its very reason to exist. That makes sense, when you put it like that, Paimon understands. Are you two willing to help me correct the imbalance in the water and soil? Yeah, we already said yes, but thank you for asking again. That's excellent. Your willingness is commendable, and one is quite grateful to you both. Now back to business. When it comes to how to resolve this as harmony in the soil and water, one is indeed well aware of that, what to do. First, you two must go up against the currents and seek the jade treasures thrown into the waters. In the end, we must perform the ancient rain jade rite once more, dispelling the miasma that is settled over the mountains and fields into the rivers and restoring the water veins and soil. Okay, but how do we do that? She doesn't know. Oh, nothing. As for the ritual, it's still a bit early for that. Well then, we'll see each other later. And she's gone. According to her, we need to go against the current. That just means upstream, right? It's the same direction as the wharf. Let's go. How convenient. Cat! It's cat goat fish thing.
There's quality here.
Okay, now am I free to go to the wharf? Now I'm free to go. I mean, if you really want to, but I'm all good on art, assets at the moment. But I appreciate the offer. Well, here we are, Yilong Wharf. Let's have a little stroll. Yeah, it's not like we're trying to save the world or anything. Let's have a stroll. Though I don't understand the lace, I still think it's amazing. Just watching her stand there singing, or sing while walking around, or sing while sitting, or sing while she lifts her head and slowly lets it fall, and all the she's still singing. I don't know just what kind of magical powers that old lady has, babbling, chanting, singing, and reciting, and crying. I haven't got a clue what she's saying, but it's amazing. You understand? That's just how opera singing is. And weren't there fighting scenes later? That was the old dude who could do 88 flips and tricks, riveting stuff. Yeah, it's great, it's just a shame I don't understand the thing. A whole bunch of people fighting and jumping all over the place and super flashy and such. One-on-one, several, all fighting each other, 5 or 6, taking turns, it's just almost addictive. Well hello, we're looking for a technician from Fontaine. Chief Leo and Grandpa Lu said, what was the name? Obuntani? Oh yes, that sounds like Grandpa Lu when you all right. Just call me Hatamontagi? Hatamontagi? You think? I'm a researcher from the Fontaine Institute. Oh, we're keeping up this? Okay, I'm Shucho. That's me. Alright, that's enough acting. Are you alright? Yep, our young master's... Wait, that's not right. He's the traveler, and I'm Paimon. Anyway, it was Grandpa Lu who sent us looking for you. Hello, I'm Little Mao, a friend of mountains. Yes, that's what my name means. Hansa Montague can be a bit hard to pronounce, so I left Little Mao just to call me that. Really? Quite the interesting pair. How did you two meet? It was quite fortuitous. Last year I went to the mountains in the south for a spell and got lost in the fog. A huge beast the size of a Calatin Lewis was glaring at me. I thought I was done for, but just then, a little kid suddenly shouted at me. I followed the sound through the mist and got out. I was saved. Otherwise, I would have been eaten, just like that, and my family in Fontaine wouldn't have been able to claim compensation on my account. I know a little more about what goes on in the mountains than grown-ups. That's so, you're amazing, Little Mao. What about the cauldron? Oh, alright. I'll be there in a jiffy. All the shows here are just too good. I ended up watching several, one right after the other, and now my legs have fallen asleep. But I can't understand a word. What sorts of stories were they telling? It's about how way back when a huge carp and a monster from the mountains fought. And you kill me, I kill you story. In the end, everyone dies. Huh, that's a pretty concise summary, but don't talk about killing and dying so much, Little Mao. If you think about that kind of stuff too often, you might become the villain when you grow up. Since those in Shining Village are waiting on me, it's time to go. See you all later. Let's go watch the shows here again when you're about to head back to Fontaine. Cool. Long pause. Okay. Okay, now that we've solved the puzzle, you can get back to business. Little Mao, how about you? What are you two going to do? To be honest, we're not quite sure how to explain it. The water and soil in Chenyu Vale are kinda out of whack, and we need to cure them for everything in Chenyu Vale to get better. I get it. I got really quiet. There. I get it. Miss Paimon's trying to say we need to restore nature? Hey, that's right, you're really amazing. You got it right away. Did someone talk to you about that? That's right, a friend who's always taken care of me told me. He wants to restore nature too. If we restore nature, everything will get better, so I want to help. She also told me about you two. Oh, so you've seen her too? Huh? You mean my friend? Of course, silly Miss Paimon. How could I be friends if I've never seen her? Fair point, that makes things easier actually. We want to... Paimon remembers we need to find the jade treasures in the water and then do some rain jade right, but even though we've come upstream, we still haven't found any clues. Oh, I know, come with me, I'll show you where to look. What? Is it really that easy? Your friend wants to restore nature, right? Yeah, she's told me a lot, such as stories from before Xiaoying Village became Xiaoying Village, and how the tea trees came to be, and more. She said that things will get worse and worse in Chenyu Vale if the natural order isn't restored. Oh, looks like we're on the same page then. You just said you knew where we could find leads, right? Yeah, I don't know if it'll help, but when you mentioned jade treasures and rain jade and stuff, I just thought of it. Come with me. Okie dokie. We think the kid is talking to the fish lady. I forgot her name. I'm sorry. I know she has a name. I don't remember it. But he's probably actually talking to the catfish guy, girl, whatever it is. It's a catfish. I don't. Catfish. It's more like a goat than a cat, but it still looks like a cat in my brain. Try entering the waterfall. Okay.
Solidify.
I cannot see. Rock. Oh jeez. Cat. Oh. Well, that was easy. Into the water. There's a whole— oh, hello. There's more water in here than before. Maybe I'll give it a swim next time. We're not in Fontaine, little bro. Where'd the kid go? Oh. Claw marks! Oh no, it's scary. Hey, we just gonna ignore this? Or... oh, this is his secret base.
Certainly worth the extra mile.
It's fine, his friend will protect it. Ooh, what's this? This is it, it's the clue I want to show you. What on Tavad is that? It's so covered in moss that Paimon can't make heads or tails of it. There wasn't any moss the last time I came here. No need to worry, it's so humid here, it's no wonder there's moss growing everywhere. There must be a way to clear it. Clean the mural. With magic. Wow. Look, it's a scene of ancient people attending a festival and performing a ritual. Pretty different from the festivals we have today, huh? Although the grown-ups in the city and the village— oh, there's gonna be that in 3 minutes— say that the Lord of Geo was the first to arrive in Chenyu Vale, I've heard that the people in the picture actually got here even earlier than he did. Before God? That's crazy. People back then used to throw bits of magic jade into the river, and they'd float along until they sank to the bottom. They saw it as a way to guarantee good weather and prevent the river from flooding, and ensure that the soil would be fertile. Based on what we previously discussed, I'm guessing that Chenyu Vale will only be fixed after we found some jade that was thrown into the river in ancient times. That makes sense. You're so knowledgeable. Was your friend also the one who told you about this? This is fascinating. Yeah, and everyone will be really blessed and live happily ever after. But I prefer hearing her stories about ancient wars and battles. She told me that the warriors back then were all giants who were over 10 feet tall. The warriors of Chenyu Vale were covered in tattoos, and they had massive jade axes and would chop a person in half in the blink of an eye. And the Millelith, led by none other than the Lord of Geo himself, were even tougher. They clad themselves in suits of armor that weighed over 1,000 pounds and fought with 100-pound spears. Apparently everyone was at war back then, so much so that the Bishu River turned crimson red. Later on, the mountains to the south became full of ghosts. Even now, those who wander through the mountains might still be able to catch their singing. Ugh. I don't think these are kid stories. Yeah, it sounds terrifying. Montague's right, you shouldn't do all this stuff all the time. There's no way grown-ups would tell us these stories. They always say we're too young to hear them. They'll turn us rotten and stuff. But I'm old enough already. Hearing a story is not gonna turn me into a monster. Besides, there aren't that many adults still around who know these stories anyway. If my friend hadn't told me, I wouldn't even have known about what's going on in the picture. Okay, fine, we'll move on. So, the grown-ups were right to say that those ancient people threw the jade into the river. Somewhere up high, but where? And where did all the jade float off to? Well, it must have sunk to the bottom. It's not that simple. If it was thrown somewhere upriver, and even if it sank to the bottom, it would still be pushed downriver in the current. Besides, if I've heard If I've never heard talk of any ancient ritual jade being found upriver, Chenyu Vale's a small place. If there had been such rumors, everyone would know about it already. You know so much, you're future scholar material for sure. But what if I don't want to be one? They don't earn much more, and it sounds like no fun. Become a traveler. What could be more fun than adventuring around the world? Seeing as we now know the side of the rain jade right, what should we do? Look. Yeah, the river flows. Maybe it would be a good idea to try the tall watchtower? You're a clever one, Miss Paimon. Hee, of course. Let's go. I like this. This has been a new thing they've added, I've noticed. Where in some... I don't know if it's just world quests, but in some world quests, you can choose to keep exploring the area that you're in.
Where do you want to go next?
Or...
If you'd like to see.
Or instead, you can pick the option that just teleports you to the next place you need to go, which I think is really nice and makes world quests a lot less tedious. I like that. Look, from up here you can clearly see how the water moves faster through those narrows, then slows down again as the river widens. That's how water works, yeah. The jade must have stopped there, we should find what we're looking for there. You're such a whiz kid. Paimon's been wondering though, what's that massive thing in the distance? That huge thing is the Jade Mouth, the legendary jade ring that an Adeptus threw into the water. Oh, but the river curves right around there, so the current should actually speed up. But it gets wider there. Yeah, so the rapid flow around the bend might have resulted in things being deposited along the convex bank where it widens. So there's actually a good chance that the jade in the bottom of the river is somewhere around Jade Mouth. Of course, that's assuming the course of the river hasn't been altered. Not to mention there's a fisherman legend that goes around something like jade shall rise from the sunken mouth or something. Anyway, let's go over there and take a look. Compared to Little Mao, Paimon feels like she's out of her depth. It's because my friend is amazing. She knows everything there is to know about the mountains, and she taught me loads too. Don't worry about it, Paimon. I don't know any of these things either. That's right. Paimon has lots of other strengths. Whatever the case, let's head down to the raft. Ooh yeah, Jade Mouth, here we come. Bonk. Free food vendor. Oh, I meant to talk to her, not cook. Here. Oh my god, I can make tea. That's awesome. Big fan. Hey, Bosu. Come on, coming aboard? Wait, is a little Mao? Come, I'll take you. Alright, boatman, take us to Jade Mouth. Alright, Jade Mouth it is. The other two, you're tourists. Well, if you're here for sightseeing, there's not many locals who head that way. You could say that, Mr. Boatman. Are there any stories about Jade Mouth I haven't heard before? Knowing you and how much you love your stories, kiddo, you must have heard them all by now. Tell me more. Alright, well, I've heard it mentioned that Jade Mouth was left behind by Rex Lapis when he marched through here to save the people of Chenyu Vale. Legend has it that to prevent a naval advance from downstream, the local adepti are making it up as you go again. There's no way that Liyue's navy came up this river. I've heard that the Jade Mouth was formed by a piece of jade left behind by a giant carp. In those days, a baddie god tried to redirect the river to drown the middle of the station and the bottom of the banks. But a great white snake and a giant carp, who were her subordinates, disobeyed her orders. The giant white snake held up the baddie god, while the giant carp, she threw the jades she wore here. The jades pinned the river down and held ever since. We've had no more floods and everyone can live peaceful lives on both sides. You might understand a lot, kiddo, but you haven't seen much. Take a closer look, there aren't any crops by this river. See, after it was pinned down by the Jades, it was true that the river hasn't flooded, but that also meant it hasn't been able to provide irrigation for crops. What was once a wide, gently flowing river is today a narrow, rapid-flowing current. I think that's what it said. Such a river leaves no subsistence for the earth of its banks. Of course, it also means no people living beautiful lives on both its sides. Paimon gets it, but did you just say that the Adepti were restricting the Lord of Geo? That's how it was all the time ago. Some people believe that the first Lord of all Liyue was Rex Lapis. But in Chenyu Vale, we believe that before he came, there were other gods and Adepti who protected our ancestors. Oh, it's the bird! I've heard Grandpa say the tea ceremony is actually for the Carp Adeptus, who planted our first tea tree. Oh, but aren't those Adepti meant to be the baddies? They were serving under a baddie god. In some stories they're the baddies, while in others they're the goodies, but it was such a long time ago even the grown-ups don't remember, so they always try to bluff me. Talking about that friend of yours again? How can such supernatural beings be held to our simple codes of right and wrong? As far as we're concerned, all the forces that have ever blessed and protected the sign deserve our offerings. Ah, there you go again. Alright, time to get off, we're here. Thanks, Gramps. Hit your ride. Oh, I didn't see that. We're here. Wow. Well, here's the jade mouth, but how are we gonna find all the jade underwater? Ah, that's so how it is. The spring cries ripples through the vale. The shrines depart from northeast shores. The heights and shallows in the southeast hide. Sun and earth from each other divide. The eternal whirlpool that never churns. The beautiful jade concealed within. What's he singing about? It sounds pretty complicated. One of our local folk songs. I heard an old granny singing it as she was gathering herbs. I mean, if you look out from the center of the river to the banks on either side, you'll see two stone shrines hidden in the northeast and the southeast. These shrines keep the mighty whirlpool in the center suppressed. I haven't understood the last bit, so the jade is all hidden beneath the whirlpool? Sounds like we're going on a treasure hunt. But the real area around the northeast and southeast is so huge. In a broad sense, the northeast and southeast of Jademouth can include pretty much the whole world. You're always thinking outside the box, Ms. Paimon. There's no need to worry. I already have an idea where they are, because, well, my friend told me. I have a question. Does anyone else think a giant maelstrom suddenly appearing here might not be too great? Oh, yeah, won't that mean that boats will no longer be able to sail in and out of the wharf? Oh, don't worry. My friend told me that once we've done what we need to beneath the whirlpool would disappear. Otherwise, how would all the old boatmen carry on making a living? So it's not just a smart whirlpool, but a considerate one. Let's get going. Yeah, I'm sure that's what'll happen. What am I doing? How about we try using the Adeptal energy? There you go. Right? Can you do it? No? Oh, it's timed. Okay. I see. There we go. Now I did it. Well, I guess that settles it.
One man's stone is another man's gem.
So true, Zhongli. He's so real for that.
Flags up! No, my sword! Witness the power of the wild.
If I am going to do that, Kyle, I will do it after stream. If you really want to send me your portfolio or whatever. I'm not really looking for any work right now, so I don't think it would be very beneficial, but I will keep you in mind. If that makes you feel any better.
Strike is one! And leap!
Even made, these mugs are regular keep packing Bruno's, dust out and make a clean steak. Whatever that means. Spring cries ripple through the vale. We found 2 shrines. I have a clue what to do. Well, I do. Wow, she was really right about you. I don't know what he said.
Truth appreciates any donation.
Back to the place. No, we haven't seen the whirlpool from the song yet. What should we do now? How about giving that adeptal energy of yours a try? Okay. Watch him. We maybe should have warned people before we made a whirlpool in the middle of a very common commuter area, but quick, the whirlpool's here. I don't think it's going anywhere, bro. I don't think you're gonna worry about it. Fish! It's Fujin. Fujin? Oh, chest. No, ow.
Flag fly! And leap! Break a leg!
Solidify! Order guide you!
Rain outlines your fate. No, my sword! Let me leave.
Disappear! Worthless! Worthless!
The truth appreciates any donation.
Now we follow the carp. Hello, fish. Waypoint. Where are we going? Ooh. Green. Fujin. Traveler Paimon, we meet again, and who might this be? Huh? You haven't met him? This is Little Mao. He's helped us so much. No, we haven't met before, but you must be a good child, Little Mao. Hello, and yes, that's me, Miss. Are you an Adeptus? You are, aren't you? This is Adeptus Fujin. Hehe, thanks for all the help you've given the Traveler in Paimon, Little Mao. It really is the legendary Fujin in the flesh. Well, I don't know about flesh. I heard so many stories about you, and Now I know you're not some kind of big slippery carp, but a lady instead, like a big sister. Big carp? Honestly, what kind of stories have you been listening to? Ahem, one is indeed an adeptus, and as such can take forms as one pleases. This particular form seemed like the most approachable ones for conversing with humans. From what you said, you have a very unique scent, little Mao. Have you met someone in the mountains before? Someone with red eyes and a fair complexion, perhaps? Not exactly, Big Sis Fujin. You're not talking about one of your older friends, are you? My friend from the mountains doesn't sparkle like you do. But she's also really cool. She helped me with tons and taught me loads. So it was her after all. So your friend was an Adeptus Fujin? But Big Sis Fujin's my friend now too, isn't she? Of course, little Mao, I'm delighted to be friends with you. You met another one? As for whether little Mao's friend counts as an Adeptus or not, I'm not quite sure. After all, Adeptus is merely a title, and it's hard to say whether Adepti are even people. The word Adeptus is just like any other word, such as hero, villain, or idiot. No one is born an Adeptus, and no one shall remain an Adeptus forever. That's true, so you've met that friend of little Mao's that we're talking about? Indeed, but it's been a long time since I last saw her, so now I suspect that I don't know her half as well as little Mao does. I'm not even sure if I can still count her as a friend. Well, according to what he said, his friend wants to restore nature also. I would imagine so. Anyway, I must ask you all to please take the piece of votive rain jade. I had originally hoped it might remain here, same as it ever was, but I never expected it to go quite so large. I used to love it so. This rain jade is... that you mentioned, did it rain down or make it rain or something? Of course not. After the great changes in our geology, the ancestors of the people of Chenyu Vale lost their ability to communicate with the heavens, and lost the guidance of emissaries whose beauty was pure as moonlight. Henceforth they began to take jade, which glows as gently as the light of the moon, and cast it into the river. As they did this, they would pray for good omens, fertile land, for clement weather, and for the riverbanks to hold strong. Over time, these rituals grew in power until one day... This is Fujin? What happened next? One day, the long war to become the gods who would reign over this world began. Afterward, this tradition lost all its meaning, but though it was forgotten, its name is still passed down over generations. To cut a long story short, I'm assuming this is the Archon War. This piece of votive rain jade before us was the very last one to ever be thrown. Just as part of above the surface when commanded by an Adepti art and be made large enough to stop a flood, its core too has been swollen by the uncontrolled Adeptal energy. Most of its power has dissipated into the surrounding area through the spirit banks. The power may also have affected the nearby flora and fauna, attracting and even making aberrations of them. You must be careful. What? As far as I can tell, the Adeptal energy that is dissipated nearby should sufficient to awaken the hibernating votive rain jade. If this is the case, we're one step closer to achieving our goal of nursing the water and soil back to health. How should I say this? Traveler and Paimon, thank you both. You're doing an amazing thing by choosing to help me, you know. And little Mao, will you help me too? Will you help out your big sis? Of course, I want to help nature too. Is that so? Well, that's good. You're very smart, little Mao. You'll understand everything later. Alright, let us go our separate ways for now. Once you've retrieved the Adeptal energy-filled votive rain jade, we'll meet again by a deep pool shrouded in a cloud and mist to the south. Yo, reflections in the water. South, got it. And she's gone. Well, let's just do what Big Sis Fujin said and restore the voting jade's power. Speaking of which, what's it got to do with voting? You're not much brighter than Paimon. It's votive. Oh, right. That's so complicated. Though since you mentioned it, what does votive even mean? And why is it called rain jade? Exactly, what does it mean? I don't know. Don't ask me. I'll find the energy. Is it these little stringies? No. Oh.
Flags up! Observe!
Whoa, this jar suddenly got bigger. Is this the adaptable energy Fuji was talking about? Yo, free stuff.
Evil conquering. Here.
Another strange phenomenon. Another lump of... Is this also a condensed form of energy?
Useless.
Flags fly! Strike is one!
This is order.
Know my sword! Rain outlines your fate. Witness the power. Flags up! And step!
Reinforcements. I am the reinforcements.
Lament. Here.
Oh, you were hiding.
Worthless.
Now we're good. Oh, little guys. Just me and the boys. Oh. Play together, yeah. Oh, God, I don't remember. It was so long ago now. I don't remember what the Sealies are canonically. I think they're part of the winds.
Excellent!
Need a pirate again. But I can't remember.
Prepare to be amazed.
Oh, why did it go down?
Chivalry will...
Bees. I don't think I'm missing anything. There's one more. Somewhere. Have I been up there? I don't think so.
Excellent!
Well, that was not what I was looking for. Oh. It was just right there.
Break a leg. Flags fly. Observe.
Useless.
Well, I have a horrible team for this, don't I? Fish.
Flags up.
You don't catch a cold. You know what? No, he's right. That is the most imminent danger from this situation. He's real. Where did the thing go? Well, now where do I go? There's a rock. It doesn't always seem to want to grab the point. Oh, big buddy, big guy.
Observe. Strike is
4?
Order guide you.
Useless. Evil conquering.
Nice title. Idiot.
Worthless. Here. Prepare to die, fool.
Okay, well, that was a bit awkward, wasn't it?
Flags fly.
Ignore that.
Solidify. I will have
That's
order.
also my bad. I don't have a healer.
Certainly
Hold on.
I'll take good care of everyone.
Jesus, Zhao, I did it, or you did it like I dubbed the letters so much. Like, calm down. Chillax. It's spinning. Like the jade started to move. Yeah, but according to the story, the riverbed should have lots of other jades. Why did Big Sis Fujin only want this one? Look, it's shining, almost as if it's resonating with the energy on you. Why don't we try using the power? Okay. Hehe, little itty bitty. It suddenly became small. Yeah, Paimon didn't think it just changed size. Guess that's what millennial treasure for you. Just like you said, little Mal, they could be as tall as the clouds or small enough to hide amongst a pool and leaf. Yeah, looks like the vote of Jade is in our hands. You're so reliable. Paimon worked hard too. Miss Paimon's amazing, so you're going to have to take that deep pool shrouded in cloud and mist to the south, right? Cloud and mist. I think Chenyu really does have places like that. But where? Tell us, little guide, and Paimon will take you there. You remember the place the mountain mentioned? The spot where we met, that place is super foggy. I know a secret cavern that leads there. Even the other locals don't know about it. It was my friend who showed me the way, but since you're my friend, you, Paimon, I'll tell you all about it. Got an amazing friend. Of course, well, you're both pretty impressive too. Well, any friend of yours is a friend of ours. In fact, Paimon hopes we'll meet her. Shall we go? Paimon's gonna take you to the place you mentioned. Okay. Alrighty, let's go! Edo Jade, grant me my wish. What is that for? Oh, discover the secret. Oh no, wait. Retrieve the final Wood of Rain Jade. The final? That was my first one! Oh, there's more over there. Traveler, Paimon! Mao, look out! I knew it! Wait. Your friend? That's right, I told you before that I had lots of friends. Well, I just happened to meet her, so I got a hold of her to introduce you. Well... Hi. I'm a traveler. This is Paimon. She's afraid of strangers. I usually call her Bluey. Bluey?! Bluey? I can't believe they made Bluey in Genshin Impact. Cause I don't know her name. Oh, don't you worry about that. Traveler and Paimon are great people. They've been accompanying me on my adventures. They're real experts in mountains and forests. I know. I've seen. Answer me this one thing. Where did you gain the power to suppress nature? Suppress nature? What do you mean? Plants pursue the sunlight and fertile soil, creating food fit for the birds and beasts to consume. The digested seeds are scattered, and those which consume seed and fruit become bait for predators. Thus does everything return to the land. The snake hidden in the branches, the fish in the mountains, and the beasts of the forest. Traveling in the realm of nature is wonderful. So why have you come? Come on, Bluey. Do you have to be so fierce? You raised two questions. My adeptal energy comes from Adeptus Fujin. And we need to help her regenerate the water and soil. Exactly. Something's off about Chenyu Vale's natural conditions, so Adeptus Fujin enlisted our help. If we don't, well, the tea leaves in Xiaoying village are gonna turn out worse and worse, and the village itself might decline. That's why she wanted us to perform the Rain Jade Rite, which will restore the area. The Rain Jade Rite, I see. You've answered two of my questions. You may ask me two also. Why do we have to do that? Give and take, it is only natural. You have one more question. Wait, that one counted? Ugh, whatever, you ask. You know Adeptus Fujin? Yes, I do. Basically, Adeptus Fujin asked us to help nurse the soil and water in Chenyu Vale, so that the tea leaves in Xiaoying will recover from their original flavor. The new tea leaves taste better, more like before. More like... Whoa, and just like that, she's gone. Don't worry about it, Paimon, she's like that. Sometimes when I'm not looking, she'll just vanish. Then at others, the sun might dazzle me, or the birds might call overhead, and there she is. In any case, guess we're friends now. Let's hope so. Just don't worry about it. Bluey's not big on politeness, but she's always been like that. Yeah, your friend's pretty strange. Is she? Well, for all you know, you're the one who might seem strange to others. I mean, not only can you use adeptal energy and make the moss disappear, but you can make the golden stone thingies appear and vanish, and even turn into a carp and fly around. You got a point. That said, Paimon could have imagined that this friend you always spoke of was, well, a monster. Seems a bit rude, and thing might be pretty offensive. That's right, your friend's so blue, no wonder you call her Bluey. That's why I never told anyone. If the adults knew they were friends, they might lock me up. Wait, really? No, not like that. They just wouldn't let me go out, and make me wash my face, and force me to read my books. I wouldn't get to go play in the mountains. And that's why I never told anyone, but you're my friend, so it's fine. That's an awesome place I'd love to show you. Okie dokie. Bow, 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 bow.
Flags up! Observe! Break a leg!
Foreign. Useless.
Go get it, Uruguay! Stay put! Flags fly!
Foreign. Why would anyone want...
Let's go.
Flags up! Observe! Your grand finale!
Stabilize.
Bow, 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 bow. Oh, Jesus.
worthless.
Bow, bow.
Foreign.
Break a leg! And leap!
Order guide you.
Got him.
Wow! These will last us for days!
Don't mind me just picking up a massive fragment. Like it's no big deal. Hopefully the other one isn't supposed to be here, because I don't see it. Look at this, this is what I want to show you. Yo! More moss! Well, you're awesome. You pushed the moss back just like that. You did with the smoky cloud. Still, this wasn't there yesterday. Is this what they call nature? Don't worry about it. Moss are hilly trolls. Just leave them to the jacks. Oh, Mao, what's that picture about? Originally, I don't know either, but I figured it out today after hearing Big C's Fujin story. This might be the stuff that happened before the mural. See, this long ago, people were able to talk to the gods and Adepti in the skies. Talking to the big piece of jade in the middle. The emissary of the gods would lead them and protect them. See, that's gotta be this shiny golden person standing in the middle. I bet that was a super amazing person. But later, like Big Sis Fujin said, something changed and the people of Chenyu Vale lost their guiding emissary, and they couldn't talk to the heavens any longer, and that's how the Rain Jade Rite came about. Your story does make sense. Thanks, what do you think? You're pretty smart. Come to think of it, our ancestors are pretty amazing, huh? The jades they left us still have the power to restore nature? Something this old to be so strong, the past must be a sweller time than the present. Well, that's not true. The world continues to march forward and leave the accumulated detritus of the past in its wake. Huh, that's a really cool thought. I never thought about it that way. Paimon thinks you're the amazing one, little Mao. You've seen lots of ancient objects, puzzles, mysterious powers, and monsters, but Paimon's never considered this stuff before. Well, you know what? You're not thinking about this stuff as it's pretty awesome too, really. I bet you'll be just like my big sister when you grow up, just having fun adventuring everywhere. You have a big sister? Well, we're not blood related, but she works here in Chenyu Vale for a while. She'd go up mountains and run around along the rivers. I'd follow her, and we discovered this little cave together. She said that this cave is my Rubicon. Not that I know what that means. I wonder where she's off adventuring nowadays. I can't wait to receive the next letter from her. Yeah, she seems like an interesting person. I know, right? Still, Big Sis Fujin needs our help. Oh, there you are. I was so worried. Fish! One was quite concerned with the swirling misamas and fierce beasts that roam might have caused you ill, but one sees that it is not, so that is good. Thanks to the adeptal energy you possess, one has been connected to the golden carp here, thus gaining the means to speak with you directly. Traveler Paimon, little Mao, please come with me. Okay. Follow the fish. Oh. I'm just like Farina for real.
Flags fly and step.
Gather.
Much time has passed since I last emerged here. This was once a lively place filled with the aroma of incense. Then the three of us could travel freely across the mountains and rivers. Yeah, those days were like flowing water beneath the moon dark, yet sparkling oh so brightly. But enough reminiscing. Thanks to you all, I am now able to return here and host the Rain Jade rite. So you're that person in the mural? Oh, I get it now. That person standing on the mountain hugging that egg, that was you, wasn't it? An egg? Come on, little Mal, that was a precious jade. Casting rain jade is a ritual of great power. Bolts of rain jade can calm rivers, improve the weather, but can also be a thing of death and slaughter. Only the thinnest line separates curses and the adeptal energies that have aided you up until now. This is why I must make sure that the rite does not fall into the hands of those who would do ill. That's why, yes, that is correct. One is indeed the figure who hugged that egg in that mural. Huh, Big Sis Fujin? Doesn't this make you pretty, ancient? Yes, it does. Still, I do like the name Big Sis. It does make me feel quite young. Well, being called Adeptus is pretty alright too. Well, certainly. Though even if others title me as such, I am aware that I am hardly the equal of true Adepti like Mountain Sheeper and the rest. I am in truth the weakest of my band of friends. I cannot make medicines to save others, nor can I bound across mountains and plains. Even so, I cannot simply lay the tile down. I would have done the people of Chenyu Vale a disservice, I fear. Still, you may call me whatever you wish. After all, we have become friends, or so I would say. In any case, my days of being called an Adeptus are now consigned to history, just like this place has been. Once the Rain Jade Rite has a day of great celebration, Well, we could commemorate this year of abundance using laughter, firecracker battles, and beast dances to frighten the ill omens away. This must appear like naught but forgotten ruins to the modern mind. Well, not completely. That's right, people in Xiaoying Village told us it was the mighty Adeptus Fujin who defeated the demons and planted the first tea tree. Back on the bamboo raft, Grandpa Liu also mentioned that the offerings of tea were to a certain carp Adeptus. And wasn't there that opera song at the Yulong Wharf about the carp going around killing stuff? You were so awesome in those stories. Also, people still do wushong dance, you know? You said it yourself, the definition of an Adeptus is... Also, putting definitions aside, you're our friend, Fujin. You shouldn't be constantly fretting about the right and stuff, you should live happily. Like we're companions. That's right, we're on an adventure. Right, yes, you're right, thank you. This was well said indeed. I was the one who asked you all for help. I wouldn't do it all if I just continued wallowing in the past, now would it? In any case, I'll need your help to prepare for the rite. Have you encountered any sacred simulacra in your adventures? Those were ritual spirits often used by people in ancient times to protect their homes. There should be some nearby. Traveler Paimon Little Mao, please help me out and put the simulacra in their proper places. That way we can restore the spirit veins using the Jade Rite. Sure. I will. I have faith in you. During the earliest festivals, people didn't know how they should carve the statues. Even that friend of mine couldn't help but burst into laughter upon seeing it. Sorry, I got lost in the past. Oh, I'm just Jesus. Okay. Okay, wait, where are the statues? In here? The number 3. 3 sides grant order, then 9 disclose upper 2 and second commandment. Secure the J mate and be offered. Okay. So how do I get?
Disappear! Worthless! Worthless!
Okay. Well, how do I get this one? I missed. What did that do? Oh, it's over here. It's hard to see. Alright. They're all ready. Thank you both. The vote of Rain Jade has been returned to its priests, and the statues have come back to their rightful places. The Rain Jade rite is now ready to be performed. But will Chenyu Vale really recover once you cast the Rain Jade? That's right, things will get better for us, little Mal. Nature, Jade, humans, all is divinely dictated. The changes in the land and water in Chenyu Vale, the malicious fog and the spirit veins, they are all essentially a sign of the earth moving against the flow of time. So that Misuma thing is a manifestation of environmental disorder? That's right, you can think of it like Chenyu Vale's attempt to return to nature, and what we intend to do here is treat the land and soil, and rid of the sickness. After all, before humans left their caves and mountains to dominate the world and regulate nature, and before Chenyu Vale or Bishu River got those names, the land, mountains, and rivers had their own order. Even I sometimes miss the cool mountain streams and the great rivers that ebb and flow with the seasons. I mean, I was once a mere fish that swam. But if we let nature seize control of its order once more, the people of Chenyu Vale will suffer and languish. I hope you understand. Yeah, in that case... Yo? Mushroom? Uh-oh. Did it work? The cat's here. It seems I'm too feeble in my current state. And we've got everything, but it still wasn't enough? I'm very sorry, it's not your fault, I just need more power to overcome this trial. Just as the adeptal energy in the Rain Jade was dissipated into the spirit veins, so is my power. Will you grow really big like the Jade? Probably not. Just think about it though, Super Adeptus Fujin now 3 times the size. Golden Carp. Ah, you are wise indeed. Before you found a few golden carp, I could not even muster the strength to appear. Initially, I thought we just needed to gather all the ritual implements. That would make up for the deficiency. I was not entirely open with you before, but neither the present nor the past me was anywhere near a match for the Adepti in the south. I feared you consider me weak and unworthy of your help. Gee, is that it? Paimon thought you'd have something more important to say. Eh? There's no way we'd abandon or not make friends with you just because of that. You are my friend has nothing to do with the status of Adeptus. My friend told me lots of stories. Even though we've just met, we're already friends, that I want you to be happy. Alright, thank all of you. That's more like it, so where should we start looking? I believe that you will have to go to Yardi Valley. There will be a cavern there with golden carp hidden within. Doogie.
Flags up! Observe! Stay put!
Solidify! This is order!
Flags fly! Your grand finale! Don't be scared!
Stabilize! Order guide you!
Me. Thank you. No? There.
Gather!
You play!
Lament!
one. Stay put.
Solidify.
If it's useful, I'll take it.
Fishies, where are you? The branch you planted keeps growing, and it seems water and soil in the cave are quite nutritious. The medicine jar will be too small for this young tree. She connected the door opening mechanism with the jar the branch is planted in. It seems the jar containing the mechanism is damaged. I wonder if this door can still open and close. Yeah, is that Chongshong, or is that just convenient? I mean, it's just an albino snake. Could be any albino snake. The content is blurry. As the vivid butterflies converge in the jar, the adeptal energy surges anew, akin to new life restoring to a withered tree. Go west and behold Lingsha Courtyard. Also, it's cool that this has like physics. I need another... statue guy. Oh wait, maybe I can put him up here instead. Maybe? You're going to international remember not to touch the stone slates and oh! My frames! My frames! Yellow. Oh no, it's broken. Long pause. Okay. We're here. Have you been waiting for us? Oh no no, after leaving the Carp's Rest, I can only appear in places in which my power remains. And only by the grace of your adeptal energy. Didn't the gap in the middle of that mural originally have something that went with the golden carp mural in it? I'm not sure. This is my first time seeing this mural as well. Huh? I'm sure you've all heard of the battles. You're a carnivore? Yes, this cave was one of the shelters we built for the inhabitants of Vale, such that the innocents caught in the crossfire When the floods overturned the heavens and the earth split open, could have a place of safety. I didn't expect they'd draw a mural here, though. I believe the ones depicted to be me. I mean, the big slippery carp little Mao mentioned, and my friend. Huh, if that's the case, did the most important part get taken? That's true. Why is that? Perhaps dissatisfaction. The three of us were once great friends, with two of us becoming worshipped as adepti, and one of us was always the mountain's master. Later, Herblord and I defected together, and she most likely died too, or perhaps the one amongst us was fought to the last, never submitted, and only heard news of us afterwards. Perhaps to her we were all traitors, with the depictions of myself and Herblord becoming an object to her to vent her fury against. Is that really the case? The painting outside looks like... Who knows? In any case, that's all in the past. Please lend me your strength. I can feel that there's another golden carp lying around here. Or you should... Near Mount Shulin. If we get that one, I should have enough strength to perform the ritual. I must apologize for being unable to control the golden carp even with you nearby. I know that might have given you some trouble, swimming through the air like that. It's fine. But really, where is the golden carp that should be here? Well, inside the painting. Just use your adeptal energy to awaken it. Void. Oh, okay, now I go. Whatever it is. Oh, hey, look, it's where I started the stream. There's a pavilion, that's what it's called. It's rather adepti style. Someone wonders we'll find that golden carp. This place is kinda huge. Maybe we can do what we did last time? You know, where you used your energy on the mural and the carp turned out to be hiding? There's 4 stone carps here. Do you think they might be 4 giant carps? That makes sense. Is it reacting? Nope. But there's something missing. Huh? That might be where the critical clue lies. Oh, over there. It looks like there's an orb. Some of the carp statues. Didn't we find some statues of carps and a large crawl on our way down? Maybe they were actually used for something. Worth a try. Let's give it a go. Collect the orbs. Gotta get the morbs. Place correctly, this guy. What? Oh, that. Morb.
If it's useful, I'll take it.
like I did these backwards, but it's fine. Most glacially.
This is order. Stabilize.
You blame.
Lament! Here! Worthless!
Okie dokie. I need to go over here. Take that. Put it there. Put it there. Get the warp.
Certainly worth the extra mile.
Alright, now we go back. And then we give the fish the morb and then profit. My apologies for the poor hospitality. It's been a long time since I last enjoyed tea with others. Hopefully my brewing skills have not deteriorated. When I mean, I have some experiments in approaching tea. I was also thanks to this that I was able to tell that this year's tea offering smelled off. That was how I discovered the trouble. I suppose now I can tell you who's failed to appreciate. I can tell those who fail to appreciate the value of tea about its value with confidence. Come, have some tea. Reminds me of Madame Ping. Yeah, there was this time in the UA when we fixed Madame Ping's teapot. If you think about it, we seem to have quite a connection with it. Madame Ping? I think I know of whom you speak. We were acquainted back with the day, along with her friends. As Little Mouse said, I was once just a giant carp, unable to leave fresh water for too long, nor live in salty waters. As such, they sent me one of these teapots. That was how my friends would have been able to take me, inside my teapot of course, to Guili Plains in Liyue Harbor, to meet those lovely people they spoke of. Unfortunately, such a time never came. You've been to Liyue Harbor. Could you tell me more about it? I'd like to hear about it. Well, Paimon would like to start from Ramen Restaurant. How about I handle it? But don't you dare skip over any of the eating bits. It's a port city nestled against the mountains, you begin. Only for Fujin to interrupt you. She notes that she'd like to hear your Liyue story. She understands, and you begin again. We arrived in Liyue Harbor. Paimon and I were just in time for the rite of descension. Child and Adeptus before you listen to your words and Paimon's incessant interjections, leaning forward as you speak, exclaiming in shock and relaxing tension as the tale rises and falls. They also add their own commentary and questions about Liyue, such as the food and flavors available, the toys the old lady sells, the gems and jewelry of Feiyun Slope, and such. As you watch Fujin, Little Mao, and Paimon be so moved by the tale, along this journey we met many friends, and experienced so many things. It was all worth it. Wow, a sea monster? Amazing. Liyue Harbor is not what I imagined. Are you disappointed? Well, no, just different. Different doesn't make it bad. I like the Liyue Harbor you described. It's good to hear that after all this time, our dear Herb Lord was able to find home there. I think that's simply wonderful. What about you, Little Mao? Could you tell me about you and your friends? I'm curious to know what she's like. Sure. I mean, Paimon and Traveler have met her already, so it wouldn't be fair if I didn't tell you. So this is how we met. At that time, I was still a little kid who didn't know anything about the mountains. It was nighttime, and some wild beasts were following me. It was super scary. Finally, I was chased to a clearing and surrounded by the beasties. For a moment, I was convinced I was going to get eaten, but suddenly they all backed off into the woods, and then they were gone. When I looked back, there she was, looking at me. She was like Jade, but there was dignity to her. I knew it then that she was the master of the mountain my grandparents had told me about. I wasn't scared, I just told her, "I finally found you. I've been looking for you for so long." I don't know why, but she lowered her head in thought before walking off. She made no noise as she did. I listened as hard as I could, but there were no sounds of anything stepping on branches or falling leaves. After that, I would sometimes catch sight of her moving between trees in a flash. Sometimes the rising moonlight would outline her shadow as she stood atop a high mountain. At the time I thought it was strange. Why hadn't I seen her before? She was always there. I wanted to talk to her, but she would always turn and leave. It was only later that she became willing to talk to me, much later. She would take me up to very high mountains and into very deep forest. She asked me a lot of questions, and in exchange she told me a lot of stories. In the beginning, Shining Village was a nameless, barren mountain, and the rivers had a real temper. Sometimes they'd flood, and other times they would all but wither. And on that barren mountain, she made two friends, a fish and a snake. But later, the snake was cut into pieces, and the fish sank into the sea, and then only Bluey was left. Thank you, Lomao. Also, don't tell anyone about my friend, alright? Of course. You seem quite familiar with this friend of theirs. Indeed, but that was all in my past life. Many years have passed since I could no longer move freely. I suspect that I might not recognize her any longer, though from Little Mao's words, she might have not changed too much. Past life? Perhaps that is not the most accurate way to phrase it. I did not utterly perish, but I did lose my original form, and my strength and wisdom dissipated along the spirit veins. This is why I invited you to Carp's Rest. If we were not there, I would not even have a form to show you or a voice to which to speak to you. It is thanks to you that I've been able to slowly regain my previous strength. Coming here once more, seeing these scenes, meeting our old friends from the past, and more importantly, making new ones. I'm very glad. How did you die? My memories of that have grown foggy. The Herb Lord I were both servants of another god, and it was I that organized the Rain Jade Rite, administering the rivers and mountains for our lord. As for the other, she is a beast, wild and free. In those peaceful days, I also climbed waterfalls to Mount Akoing and Mount Hulao, and there I met with the Adepti, whose powers and wisdom far eclipsed mine. Of course, that was all before the war. Our lord was not a heinous being by any means. Once upon a time, she made many dreams come true. If there were any evil, it was the Archon War itself. What happened next needs no further explanation. You said you and the Herb Lord defected? That's right. That might have been the bravest thing we've ever done. Our lord had all but gone mad seeking the position of a god who might rule the world, or perhaps seeking survival. Either way, she lacked the power to overcome Morax. So in a final desperate gamble, she caused the Bishu River to flood, hoping to destroy everything. Of course, she knew that that would mean for Chenyu Vale and his people. But someone thinks that's something you should never do. Perhaps that's just what war does to people. Either way, that was our final adventure as a trio. Ling Yuan attacked people with her familiars, herding them to the shelter we had prepared. Herb Lord fought against our mistress, while I climbed Mount Lingmeng and hurled the bullets of jade into the rising waters. Of course, that wasn't a proper rite. It was simply the release of the adeptal energy stored within the pendant, to have the earth open its maw and swallow the rivers, and allow the jade mouth to grow and stabilize the flood. What happened next? I'll tell you how it all ended? Yeah? That's right. Wait, really? When? Alright, that's enough. We should get back to performing the rite itself. True, but what about the carp? Isn't that what we're looking for? In truth, you've already found it with the previous one. That's how I was able to appear. It's just that I missed the scenery here a bit too much, so I couldn't help but have a long chat. After all, your sense of time and mine are not the same. You won't tarry long once your objectives are complete, will you? As such, I apologize. Please forgive my comparisons. It's fine. I got a chest out of it.
One man's stone is another man's gem.
Hopefully we finish this before I'm out of time. I feel like this is the end, but I thought that earlier and it wasn't, so. Though my power is still a far cry from what it was in the past, thank you for your aid. I have returned much strength, thank you. Next we need to perform a ceremony. What will it do? It's been thousands of years since we last performed it, and the mountains, rivers, and spirit veins have changed. But if all goes well, it will resolve the issue. Let's begin. Cross jump. Well, that was easy. Hello? Oh. Fog's disappearing. Whoa, what's that? It's just like the Merle, don't you remember? One with the two golden people? Wow, you're really impressive. Paimon didn't remember that. Behold, the sacred mountain. In my era, to merely climb it was already to transgress, but the ancestral inhabitants of this place are gone, and the commuting path lies waste and broken. Who shall judge us now? That is where the spirit veins of Chenyu Vale converge. Through it, I can transmit my energy through the veil, drawing its water and soil. Only one step off from achieving our goal. Let's go! Indeed. Oh good, I'm still Jesus. Nice.
Solidify!
Stay put! Break a leg!
No, let me change.
Order guide you.
Hey, go away! Don't be scared! Your grand finale! Flex up! And leap!
Disappear!
I don't think we'll finish this today, but that's okay. That's alright.
If it's useful, I'll take it.
I wonder how early this quest is available. I assume immediately after Liyue. Bluey! Yuan, I perceived it would be you. I do miss you so, but this really might be a bad time. So Bluey's name is Yuan? Don't be like that. Talk to me. The opportunity to speak will come, but it is not now. You know this. I know, but I can't allow it. Wait just a little while. It'll end soon. I do not like the things up here, but it does not matter. Just leave it to me. Do not come here. Yikes.
Strike is one. Unleash.
This is order. Gather. Forge. Lament. Tear. Worthless. Worthless. Tear.
Man, Fujin, you have to walk so slow. I mean, swim, I don't know. Fly. Maybe we will finish it. I'm quite sorry for not being frank with you. Though I did become aware of it during our travels, I did not wish to believe that my old friend Ling Yuan might be the source of the storm. I had a suspicion. You did? How'd you figure it out? She, Herb Lord, and I once defeated Chenyu Vale together. Defended, sorry. To think that she would do something so wicked. Her disruption of the spirit veins has caused the Misama to propagate, and the one who stopped me from performing the rite the first time was also her. But, Mrs. Fujin, Ling Yuan isn't a bad person. I know, little Mao, she's your friend, but at this time she's the greatest threat to Chenyu Vale. If she controls this sacred mountain, she will wield the power to completely alter the land. I fear that Ling Yuan has already entered Qingling Terrace before us. She means to rewrite the flow of path and spirit veins. You have little time left. You must have mastered the adeptal energy available here in Chenyu Vale. Ling Yuan and her familiars will not be your match. Please accompany me for a time and aid me for the sake of the people in Chenyu Vale. I'll perform a ritual and open the way to Qinglong Terrace. Please stay by my side and protect me. Boy, take care of nearby Misuma.
Stay put. Unleash. Break a leg.
Solidify. Order guide you.
Don't be scared. Strike is one. And step.
This is order. Stabilize. Evil conquering. Worthless. Tear. Boring.
Boom. Nice. Why would you listen to me? Why will you not wait? Your strength is feeble. You cannot match me. But don't worry, you'll soon recover. Ling Yuan, say no more. Traveler and I will stop you. We will stop this plan to destroy Chenyu Vale. The ritual is complete. The gate to Qingling Terrace is now open. Quick! The world seems to spin, and when you open your eyes, you're already above the clouds. Me when I'm in the sky. For real, for real. Hello. Oh.
Flags fly. Observe.
Gather. I will have order.
Feebling you went.
Uruguay, you're up. Go get him, Uruguay. Break a leg. Flags up.
They don't know I've already beat her up before.
Solidify.
Stay put.
Disappear. Here. Worthless. Worthless. Here. Here.
Flags fly. Observe.
Order guide
Uruguay.
you. Useless.
Observe.
This team
This is order.
use it up to energy. Okay.
Stabilize.
Become fish.
Stay put. Strike is one. Flags up.
Gather.
The girls are fighting.
Don't be scared.
I will have order.
Flags fly. Observe.
Evil conquering. Here. Worthless. Good.
Bro just died and said, good.
Flags up. And step.
Solidify. Order guide you.
Break a leg. And step.
I think I was supposed to kill her.
Stay put. Flags fly. And step.
Because the dialogue's
I
repeating.
will have order.
Hey, go away.
It's not my fault. You didn't tell me we were gonna fight the boss. I thought we were. I mean, it was kind of obvious.
Uruguay.
But I mean, I thought I'd get an option beforehand.
Your grand finale. Flags up. And leap.
Order guide you. Stabilize. Force. Lament. Here. Worthless. Worthless.
There you go. Sits down. Human. Human, let me tell you what you shall do. Fire arrows at my heart. If you approach up close, strike me with your sword. I will fight you to the last. You are the only one here who can fight. When I have crushed your neck, I will triumph. No! I want to kill you. Why? I do not understand. You're Fujin's friend. Fine. You may ask me one question. You still can't do about anything. You still really care about doing things like that even though you lost? Sure. Lil Mao, do you have any questions? Bluey, why do you have to fight? Can't we all be friends? You bunch of two-legged... And you, Fujin. You have not the strength to form two legs on your own, yet you wish to walk in their form and speak to me. But how can humans and wild beasts ever be friends? That's not true, Bluey. You're lying. Why didn't you just let those beasts eat me then? If humans and beasts can't be friends, and you're a beast, then you shouldn't have helped me. My actions are sometimes beyond my own understanding. You were merely fortunate. Well, why didn't you just eat Mountain as well? She also bumped into you while lost in the fog at the foot of the mountain. I saw it. If humans possess such wisdom that even nature submits to your will. In that case, you tell me, why didn't I eat her? What kind of question is that? Mount Laxton is dear to the Adeptus Fujin. Let's just assume you're correct. She's told me much about the Range 8, right? Perhaps those memories affected my actions. Actually remember everything? Every year before the rite, you would tell me that white snake, how expectant you were, and how nervous. And after the rite, you would tell us how the festivities were so fun and lively. You'd always speak, could not help but listen. Only humans forget. I forget nothing. You have cleared this doubt of mine, now you may ask a question. Fujin, any questions? Thank you, but just a while back, Inyuan, I was telling them stories about our past. Why do you wish to wreck Chenyu Vale, which we once fought so hard to protect? You planted tea trees, promised to destroy the tea with us. This too I remember, but that sort of tea no longer exists. I want to change this land. I want to make it like it was all those millennia ago. You've walked with humans for too long. You have forgotten that you, I, and the snake all came from nature. I knew that you never perished, and you did not depart this place like the snake, but I wish to change this place to the form it had when you were born. All these years, I've only been slowly adjusting spirit veins. Oh, so that's where the Misuma came from. Correct. Side effects. In the end, the process will change the soil, the waters, and the forest to what they should have been. What the soil should have been? You truly have forgotten. The rivers rose and fell with the rains, and their path was not fixed. The tea trees and flowers were not trimmed or cultivated, nor did they exist for humanity. In such an environment, you could regain your old form and frolic once more in the great rivers. You could regain your strength. Spiritual powers blanketed the land in those days. The wild shrubs grew thick. Now mountains and forests are silent, and the shimmering voice of the spring waters, tinkling like jade, can be heard no longer. But you don't understand. You still think you must stop me. Inyuan, I count myself more blessed than most to have lived such a happy life, and in the end my soul returned to my home. You are the one who does not understand. Yes, and I have never understood. After you defeated me, you should have taken my territory. You planted tea on my mountain, and gave that land to the humans. I do not understand why you did this. Chenyu Vale was once but a nameless land, and we were nameless insects, beasts, and fish. I was the master of uncultivated mountain, and today that place belongs to neither of us. You took a human form and walked among them. You instituted the Range 8 rite and helped them change the soil and water. I do not understand then either, but I could see how happy you were. Snake changed into a human form and used her knowledge to create medicines and save the sick. I could understand how the agile human fingers could help her do that she wished, but I don't know why. It is Chong-Chong, isn't it? What happened after caused me still more confusion. You fought alongside humans and their so-called gods, and you perished. Humans fighting each other over territory and survival? Now that I can understand. You both belong to the great river and the mountain forests. You could have chosen to leave them and live on with me. But that which is human belonged to them, and nature belonged to nature. Even if our territory were to shrink, we could still live freely. But now you wish to stop me and defend the land subdued by humanity. Answer me. Why? Inyuan, my friend, it is as you say. I wish to protect them. Do not answer me with my own question. I was asking you why. This Inyuan might be a beast, but she sure cares about the order. I know, I learned so much from her. You guys were just discussing stuff in the mountains? Well, not totally. That said, after hearing everything we said about Big Sis, I thought they'd be happy to meet each other. At first I was like you. I did not understand humanity, and I did not enjoy their excessive demands and love of hoarding, or their eternal desire to have more than they need while caring so little for their needs themselves. Trading wealth like you, I do not understand these concepts, and do not understand why they influence humans' joy and sorrow. But across the long years, I have also seen many other things. The cries of children break my heart, and the sound of an old person's shattered memory saddens me, just as though it were all microcosm of these mountains and rivers. Have you noticed them, seen them? The children who wash their little feet in the streams, fishermen laughing beneath the light of the rainbow's arc, the moonlight cherished the lovebirds, their figures painted silver. Humans too are creatures of this land. Just how different is their innocence from ours? You mean to say that you have chosen to take their side due to these emotions, not their natural principles or logic, not due to anyone's orders? I suspect the Herb Lord had much the same reasons as I. That said, I'm sure she put it all very differently. I remain unsatisfied with your answer. I do not understand. Do you not? I think you've understood it for a long time. When our previous god raised the waters, it was you who brought your familiars around to attack the people and drive them to the shelters. I just wish to help my friends to make their wishes reality. Even if doing so means going against the nature and principles you follow. Even if it meant going against the nature and principles I follow, I would do so anyway. Well, then we aren't all that different now, are we? Didn't you just choose your own position on account of your feelings? I'm satisfied with your answer, and you may ask a question. Very well. Ask away. I can't really think of any good questions. To acknowledge my answer, acknowledge me, and acknowledge that you made choices based on your own feelings. Now let me ask. No, don't ask. You know what I'm gonna ask you, right? If I needed your help, would you still make the same choice? That's right. What's your answer? Yes, I would. Even should another 1,000 years pass, even if you asked me 1,000 more times, my answer would be the same. In that case, Niyuan, I do in fact need your help. I truly wish to save the people of Chenyu Vale, so please don't stop me from nursing the water and soil, alright? I promise you, Fujin, you have walked with humans for so much time that I have learned their cunning while I am but a foolish beast. My claws and teeth are sharp, but I am no match for you. Thank you, Lingyuan. And thank you guys. You accompanied me for so long, and you helped me a lot. I wouldn't have made it here without you. I'm happy to have helped you. I'm also glad that Bluey got to meet you all. I was worried when you fought. You also have my thanks, Traveler Little Mal. It was you who brought Fujin to me. The circumstances of the meeting were not what I had hoped. What about Paimon? Alright then, let us begin. Yippee! We're going over time, but it's over, I think. And we were mid-conversation, so. Cutscene. Wow. Big Sis Fujin? Big Sis? Where'd she go? Do you still not understand? She used all the energy she accumulated recently to nurture the land. Wait, does that mean... Yes, it is as you suspect. But she struggled so hard to... Though we have now finished nursing the soil and water, the maxima that remains will not disappear. So you have to be careful. Eh? Sorry for making you all see me like this. It's just as Lingyuan said. I have completely used up the energy I accumulated, and I can no longer maintain my favorite form. I thought that... wrong. Nothing. Paimon's glad you're still here, Adeptus Fujin. Seriously, Lingyuan. What about me? It wasn't entirely wrong. Though my form is as it has become, I am far more comfortable than before. At first I was trapped in Carp's Rest, and could only reminisce about the outside world through the scent of the tea offerings. If I had not met you two, people of such compatibility with the spirit veins, I would have had none but my shadow to talk to, much less be able to leave. Thank you for your concern, and please forgive me, but I must depart. I will need to rest. And another thing, speak. What else you have me do, or not do? Nothing, I just didn't get to say this due to the circumstances, but it's good to see you again. I know. Lesbians? Thank you. Eh? Where'd that come from? I should thank you for bringing. Hold on, guys. Alright, let's finish this. I should thank you for bringing her back. Safe, smooth, and slippery. Even the way in which her fins move is the same as I remember. They're lesbians. You sure have a strange way of remembering people, or fish. I do not know how you did it, nor why you were able to contain her adeptal energy all these thousands of years, and I would never once heard her voice. Might be due to his, unique constitution? I see. However, I'm but a foolish beast. Even if I wanted to see her again, I would not know of a better way. I could only spend thousands of years clumsily imitating her methods, regulating the spirit veins in this land. I'm quite stupid, and I only knew this method, and so I did it. It was akin to scooping every droplet from a rushing river, or every grain of sand from the vast desert. I knew as well that she would not smile as once she did, even if these mountains returned to how they once were. She, I, and the snake once laughed and swam happily here. Those days will never come again. She loves humanity too much, even more than she loves herself. Had I succeeded, she would only hate me. But that would not matter to me, as long as she could regain her form and swim free once more. And Paimon thought you were more concerned about nature. Of course I care. A land untamed by humans, a land of wild beasts. But that is a different subject from the matter of Fujin. She thinks that a land tamed by humans is better, and the strange tea leaves grown on such land taste superior. And I shall do as she pleases her. So, thank you. You're welcome. Well, Paimon's curious, what did the tea leaves taste like in the past? When the land changed, the tea's flavor was much closer to what it is in the past. Apart from some differences due to human influence. Wait, so you mean that the weirdly flavored tea cakes we had were... In that case, I prefer the current flavor. Tea leaves cultivated by humanity will be more to their liking, of course. What I do not understand is Fujin's taste. If the snake was here, we could ask her opinion, but perhaps her tastes have also become strange from spending so much time with humans. Before you go, I have one final question. Those that come from nature will, for some reason, go against nature. Against the laws nature originally followed. Will humans also go against humanity? Against the principles they initially followed? For certain reasons? It depends. You may as well have just said yes. Thank you. I have received the answer I desired. Well then, little Mao, Traveler, and Paimon, we shall meet again. Alright, bye Bluey. Also, remember to take care of Big Sis Fujin. She seems kinda weak, so she could use some extra care. I will. Farewell. Wait. I have a question. Ask them. I do owe you that. If humanity's activities are a part of the laws of nature, how would you view humanity? A strange question. In the distant past they were indeed part of nature, but they are so no longer. That is because... No, I need to give this question more thought. Next time we meet, I'll give you my answer. Thanks, Vaporeon. She is kinda like a big Vaporeon, isn't she? It's almost over. You're back. We were just saying the good rainfall is bound to bring good tidings, and what do you know, dear guests? You arrived. How did it go? It was thanks to Fujin. Explain what happened. So there were these lesbians. So you met the legendary Carpadeptus? Oh my, as one would expect of the young master. You really have friends in high places. Your problem should be fixed. Lua, what did I say? I told you it was a soil problem, but you wouldn't listen. If it wasn't for them, who knows when our tea leaf problem would be solved. Nada, regards, Liz, thank you for your help. And the protection of the Carpadeptus, I'm sure our village will surely see a great harvest this coming year. Please take these. Take it as a token of our thanks. Right, Paimon almost forgot. We came across this kid. Is he from this village? Uncle Lao, I'm back. What isn't you, little Mao? Finally of mine to come back, huh? You didn't seem worried at all. Oh, what is there to fret about? This kid runs around the mountains all the time. He always comes back safe after getting tired. If you ask me, there's been an Adeptus looking after him in secret all along. Yeah, it's crazy, huh? Ooh. Maybe that might have been the said carp. I said it before, it wasn't an Adeptus, it was Bluey. Yeah, she's a dog, she's Australian, and she lives with her family. Alright, don't argue with Lo. He's just pretending to know what he's talking about. Come by my place later, I'll make you some custard. Woohoo, egg custard! And now you pretend to be a good person. What do you mean by pretending to know? In any case, I don't really know how to repay you. If you should need any help, Shoying Village will be there to lend you a hand. It's Jober! Let's go! Okay, that's the end of the stream. It went on longer than I intended. But there's more achievements. Okay, now we're good. How many do we have now? More than one. That was a lot, actually. But alrighty, chat. I will see you guys tomorrow, maybe. Depends on how I'm feeling. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. And yeah, I will see you all later. Bye bye. Bye.